on Sky News Business. This is Business Class.
Hi, I'm James Wilkinson and welcome to Business Class. Today's show is coming to you from Hong Kong, following Virgin Australia's inaugural flights from Sydney. On this week's show, we're going to showcase some of our top destinations around the world that are going to fill up your calendar for the rest of the year. Before we do that, here's this week's travel news. In travel news this week, Virgin Australia has launched direct daily flights between Sydney and Hong Kong. The first flight took off from Sydney Airport yesterday with much fanfare, and Virgin Australia Managing Director and CEO John Borghetti says the new services are great news for the travelling public as the airline continues to expand.
You know, when you look at our international strategy, it really revolves around two key pillars. The Australia-America route and the Australia, let's call it Asia, but really Greater China. I mean, they're the two growth areas for us, and you'll see us grow in that direction over the next few years.
The new services were welcomed by Australia's Deputy Prime Minister Michael McCormack, who was on the inaugural flight.
Look, this is tremendous. Well done to Virgin. This flight, direct from Sydney to Hong Kong, means more trade, more tourism, more investment, and so that all equals more jobs. More Australian jobs. There are 100,000 Australians who actually live in Hong Kong. Similarly, there are 87,000 people who call Hong Kong home who live in Australia. And so for them, that also creates great opportunities. We need to obviously boost these sorts of tourism opportunities. Virgin's helping to do just that. I say congratulations, Virgin.
Vietnam Airlines has announced an aircraft upgrade on its daily Melbourne to Ho Chi Minh City services. From July 29 to the end of October, all Boeing 787s travelling on the route will be replaced by brand new Airbus A350s. This is the first time the new aircraft will be available to Australian passengers travelling with Vietnam Airlines. Qatar Airways has launched its new Oryx Kids Club onboard program, offering an enhanced experience for its youngest travellers by providing them with specially designed plush toys, activity packs, and special meal boxes featuring their favourite superheroes from the Oryx Kids Club. Children travelling on ultra-long-haul routes are now able to enjoy their flight with their favourite superheroes from Oryx Kids Club, including Ori and Oro the Oryx and their friends Camel the Camel, Faziz the Falcon and Farah the Desert Fox. Star Alliance has opened a new premium lounge at Rome's Fiumicino Airport. The new Star Alliance lounge is the 7th in the network, and it's available for eligible first and business class passengers and Star Alliance Gold Card holders. It's located on the upper level of Boarding Zone D in Terminal 3 and can accommodate around 130 people. In hotel news, Accor is set to add a 50% stake in luxury lifestyle chain SBE for $125 million. The move will see Accor add SBE's leading hospitality and residential brands to its portfolio, including SLS, Delano, Mondrian, Hyde, The Originals and the Redbury Hotels. SBE hotels will be featured on AccorHotels.com and will be part of the Accor Hotels loyalty program. It's been a big week for Virgin Australia with the airline launching direct daily services from Sydney. We were on the launch flight and spoke to CEO John Borghetti about the new flights, expansion and much more. John, we're here aboard the inaugural Sydney-Hong Kong flight. Very exciting day for you at Virgin, isn't it?
Well, it's a great day. We've been wanting to operate daily flights from Sydney to Hong Kong for some time. We started operating Melbourne, Hong Kong about this time last year, and it's a great day. We're very excited.
It's a very exciting market for you, Sydney, Hong Kong, amazing demand and on the first flight as well.
Well, you know, I mean, it's incredible. The flight is full and forward bookings are so strong already, but the connection between Hong Kong and Australia is phenomenal. When you think that there's 100,000 Australian expats living in Hong Kong, it's quite amazing. So the link between the two cities is very strong indeed.
Obviously onwards links to London with Virgin Atlantic as well, and restoring a very important route.
Well, yes, indeed, and we connect with Virgin Atlantic in Hong Kong for London flights every day, but we also have very good connections with Hainan Airlines and Hong Kong Airlines into 17 destinations in China. Now, as you know, Chinese tourism into Australia is huge. In fact, it's the biggest source of tourism, and I think the last 12 months there's been 1.4 million Chinese tourists come to Australia. But not only is it the biggest source, but also the biggest spenders. That's good for the economy. So we'll be able to tap that market through our alliances much more easily.
And you're growing with some of the fastest growing airline partners in China as well. And obviously with your strategy, this really gets into a gap where you had in the strategy, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, for us going forward in terms of Virgin Australia's international strategy, it's all about the Pacific in terms of America, and all about Asia, but really specifically China or Greater China. And this is really our first part of the strategy.
And this is a very popular business traffic route, isn't it?
Oh, very much so. I mean, it's interesting, we came onto the scene out of Melbourne last year, and the moment we announced we started operating flights, airfares dropped by 30%, and that's good for consumers. If you look at this flight today, the lead fares, this flight was $649 return. I mean, that's very, very good pricing. So we stimulate the market as well with price, as well as the great product that you see on board.
You've got two formidable competitors that have got good seats, good food, good drinks. And how are you doing it a bit differently with things like Luke Mangan's food?
Well, we think we do everything better, of course. But you're right, they're both very good competitors. Cathay and Qantas are terrific competitors. They're experienced airlines, but I think we are more bespoke. We're more boutique. We have, in my view, certainly better food thanks to Luke Mangan, and you'll be sampling some of that later on, so you can be the judge of it. But also, the cabin. If you look at the interiors, modern interiors, very comfortable, big video screens, and of course award-winning cabin crew. So I'm very proud of the product and the team. I think we'll mix it very, very well indeed.
And it's an exciting time for you generally too. You've got Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane to Los Angeles and your 777s, which have all Wi-Fi on board now as well.
Absolutely, and so all the 777s are done now, so every flight to America has got what I call real-time Wi-Fi, and we're now doing the domestic fleet. We've done I think last time I looked, about 40 aeroplanes of the domestic fleet. We'll have that done by Christmas, and then in the new year we'll be fitting out these. So, by this time next year, every single aeroplane on jet aeroplane on our fleet will have live Wi-Fi, and that's pretty exciting.
And you're looking at a few more destinations potentially within that 9-hour time frame over the A330?
Yeah, we are, and we'll probably announce those though at another time. I know you won't tell anyone if I tell you, but I think I won't.
And just last but not least, when it comes to the business market, I mean, obviously you're servicing the business traveller so well from a transcon perspective, Asia perspective and US perspective, three very important markets.
Very important. I mean, the domestic market, from the corporate market, the corporate market domestically is critically important to us, and we've made some very good headway into that. We're certainly carrying our share of it. Now we're branching out internationally, and on the Pacific, we're already renowned for having the best business class, and we will, I'm sure, be renowned for that on the way to Hong Kong.
Wonderful, congratulations, and thanks for having us on board.
Great to talk to you, James. Thank you very much.
Up in Japan, Club Med opened up a new ski resort in Tomamu earlier this year that's already proving very popular with Australian travellers. Let's find out why. It's obviously an exciting time for it.
It's exciting because we have this mountain leadership in our agenda, mountain leadership with 24 resorts now in worldwide, 20 in the French, Italian and Swiss Alps, and now Asia consolidating with 4 resorts. We're expanding because we're going to open in Canada. We want to open in Korea as well. So it's very interesting because this mountain, I would say, holidays is quite interesting.
You take the hassle out of travel, don't you?
We want to make the stay seamless. So you pay before, you leave your wallet in the safe when you're in the resort, and we make ski easy. This is what we are, and specifically for the kids, because this is where the hook is. When the kids are there having fun, then the parents are happy.
And the parents can leave them at the Petite Club Med as well, and then go off and ski and come back and get them in the evening.
Indeed, they are GOs, but our ski instructors are also their best friends. And what we'd like to emphasize is that with these GOs, they learn a new skill and they become more self-confident. So they're becoming amazing themselves. So it's quite interesting.
And the concept of you turn up and you don't really have to pay for anything apart from a few optional extras, I mean, that's very easy for a family holiday, isn't it?
It is, because this all-inclusive concept works for every member of the family. There's something in it for each of the family members, whether it's the grandparents, the parents, or the children. So we're experiential based, so we provide a wide array of activities, sometimes more than 30 activities in one given resort. So the all-inclusive is very much a great value for money, I would say.
This is more than just your usual all-inclusive. This is not just a buffet and a bed for the night, is it? This is a very different one where you've got ski school, you've got ski passes, and this is very different to what we've seen before.
Indeed, because we create a number of experiences, whether it's sports, whether it's, let's say, culture. We provide excursions, so a number of things that are included in the package, because again, the insight is that our customers, they want to have new experiences, something new and different to create memories from.
Development plans, Asia Pacific, where do you want to be and where do you think you'll be in the next 2 or 3 years?
So we want to open 3 to 5 resorts a year worldwide, specifically concentrating on the movement market of Asia. So 3 resorts every year, targeting some sun destinations, but also mountain destination where we can be pioneer, because this is where we are. So we are on the agenda of growth and providing these premium all-inclusive experiences to our booming market, which is Asia.
And South Pacific, Fiji, Vanuatu, Australia, would you look at something down there?
We would be looking at any type of destination as long as we have good accessibility. Accessibility for us is key. We want to create an international let's say, flair to the resort. So for that, you mean accessibility and good international airports. So why not?
And potentially a return to Australia at some point.
At some point.
In London, British Airways offers flight simulator experiences for just a few £100s. Today we're going to take a flight on one of the newest sims, the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Welcome to British Airways' flight training facility here at London's Heathrow Airport. In this hall, there are 15 simulators worth a cool £150 million. This is where all the pilots come to train in, and today we're lucky enough to go on a bit of a flight, and I'll be flying the 787.
Hi James, great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Welcome aboard, and after you. And what that means is that we should, if you're in the right position, because I'm in the right position now, we should be able to turn and just look at each other absolutely straight in the eye. So you need to come forward a bit. And if you just grab hold of the throttles and push them fully forward. And if you put your left hand on that control column, that's absolutely great. There you go, beautiful. That's great. And start pulling back about now. So smooth and easy, and there we go, the aircraft comes off the ground, no problem at all. Visuals are just fabulous. So this sim uses some of the most advanced projectors that you've got, and then it uses Google Earth. So this is a picture of the actual world. You know, for a non-pilot, first time flying a 787, that's not a bad attempt. That is not bad.
And how often do you guys need to come in here and do training?
So every pilot who's online, every 6 months we'll come in and do 2 days worth of sim training. We also do other written exams and survival and emergency procedure type exams. So we spend a lot of time every year just maintaining where we are and also advancing in the industry. If you were going to learn to fly one of these, if you're an experienced pilot coming off another aeroplane to fly a 787, you'd probably do 3 or 4 weeks worth of ground school, a minimum of 40 hours in this simulator before you then went out and we let you loose on the real aeroplane, where you would do weeks of flying the real aeroplane. Right now, James, absolutely fantastic.
Thanks so much.
Oh, it's been absolutely our pleasure, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
Coming up after the break on Business Class, our global travel special continues.
You're watching Business Class on Sky News Business. Welcome back to Business Class.
Now let's head to Switzerland and check into the Grand Hotel Kempinski Geneva that's located right on the city's famous lake. In the hotel itself, you've got some very good restaurants and a very good spa as well, don't you?
Yeah, I have always said that the Grand Hotel Kempinski Geneva is a real destination in itself. What does it mean? It means that we have almost everything you could imagine under one single roof. Not only we have many food and beverage outlets like the Italian, the steakhouse, the Chinese, but we have also a concert hall, we have also a nightclub, a shopping mall, and we have also a famous spa managed by Valmont. Valmont is nowadays the most luxury Swiss spa brand, and we have 1,400 square meters of spa facilities in the hotel.
And with the restaurants, obviously very international, eclectic cuisine there, but obviously very well known for your steak as well in the steakhouse.
Absolutely. The steakhouse is probably our #1 signature restaurant. Steakhouse is a must. Steakhouse, you know, when we think about food and beverage, we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We believe that we have some must in our industry, in our food and beverage industry, and one of the must is probably the steakhouse. The steakhouse is very well known from every single client all over the world, and you have to set a certain number of targets, but you have to bring the quality. And if you bring the quality, steakhouse sounds familiar to every single guest that travels and visits the Grand Hotel.
And there's a lot of luxury hotels in this city. What's your X factor here at the hotel?
We have a huge competition amongst all of us. I have also one statistic to give you, another one, a second one. Yeah. We have nowadays 9,500 hotel bedrooms in the city. If we come back to the 260,000 people living in Geneva, 9,500 hotel bedrooms compared to the size of the population, 260,000, we have the highest ratio in the world of number of hotel bedrooms compared to the population. So of course it's a lot of competition, but also there is a huge potential in Geneva. So the brands are different, the facilities are different, so we complement each other more than we compete against each other.
Of course, and but not everyone has this view that you have, do they?
Absolutely. This is the #1 USP of the hotel, the view overlooking the city, overlooking the lake, the water jet, and the famous Mont Blanc mountain.
In Chicago, the JW Marriott's very popular with business and leisure travelers. Let's check in now and find out why. So we're here at the beautiful JW Marriott in Chicago, and 10 years old at the moment. Yes. And what are the plans for the property going forward?
The building is absolutely spectacular, so we're a historic landmark. So preserving what Daniel Burnham created with the property and being true to the architecture is what our future is going to be. And we look forward to really bringing it to a modern and a balance of the luxury and with Daniel Burnham's vision.
And one of the most popular business traveler hotels here in this beautiful city?
Well, there's many. It depends. We're in the luxury segment, so for us it's the JW. The Ritz-Carlton just had a wonderful renovation, so they're beautiful. The Lowe's is fabulous, the Peninsula. So there's quite a few offerings, but in our area, the financial district, we are exclusively the only luxury property.
And what are some of the ways that you're winning over travelers who are coming to Chicago looking for a luxurious hotel?
Well, that's the exciting part about it. So when you have a building that is not a new building, but it's a 100-plus-year-old building that architect was Daniel Burnham, who, if you're not familiar, was the urban designer in Chicago and very well known. And for this property to infuse luxury service with a wonderful architectural background really makes us distinctive from our competitive set. Our location in the business district and being true core of the city of Chicago is unique. And then our service platform, our associates that just provide amazing poise and grace service is a point of distinction.
And what are some of your favorite things here in the hotel?
Well, we have a fabulous JW spa that is unique. It's 20,000 square feet. We have a JW fitness squad that is led by a very talented, one of only 50 Nike master trainers. And we have just amazing programming in there. And we see that our customers today want luxury, but also want to be able to have exercise and be healthy when they travel. And our spa and fitness center really provides that experience. And that's a great luxury for us to have, and very valuable at the property.
Yeah, and looking at the rooms and suites, what kind of plans are you looking at the moment in terms of your little upgrade of the hotel?
So it's really going to be a renovation that stays true to the natural architecture, but just brings it up modern. So it's the shears and the bedroom that's going to be renovated. But more excitingly is we're going to stay true to what the luxury components are, and the marble that we have, and our crown molding is so distinctive that we're just going to make sure that it stays pristine. So you're going to see a pristine renovation.
And it must be such a good feeling as a hotelier to have a hotel that is 10 years old and was designed so well, you actually don't really need to actually change much in the hotel.
Exactly. When you focus on the details and you create a very crafted, exceptionally plan for your architecture, it's amazing how it's timeless in its display, and our customers very much appreciate the timeless feel of this building.
Down in Florida, Nautilus is one of the most popular hotels on the beach in Miami. Let's go inside. All right, thanks so much for your time today. We're here at Nautilus, one of the best hotels in the 60 collection, isn't it?
That's right, absolutely.
Now, why do you guys love this hotel so much?
I think the heritage of the hotel and being a part of Miami Beach culture has really been an amazing opportunity for us to shine as 60 hotels and provide our guests with an opportunity to be at the beach, provide them with some amazing food and beverage and culture and nightlife.
And it's a brand that Australians know very well.
That is true. We've been to Australia many times as a company, and we love the Oz folks that are coming to LA and to New York and of course to Miami.
And obviously you see that with the Australian crowd, don't you? Obviously one of your biggest audiences in Los Angeles is actually from Australia. That's correct.
Indeed in New York as well, the audience loves Lower East Side. They also love the Soho product. Yeah.
And when we look here in Miami, tell us about this hotel and what makes it so special.
Well, I think it's location, number one. You're in the part of Miami Beach. You're on the beach, and particularly you've got a great pool. You've got a great food and beverage offering for all of our guests that come through. In addition to the galleries and the arts district as well.
And you're on the beach.
On the beach.
And down here, you really need to be on the beach, don't you?
Absolutely. I think for anyone coming into Miami for tourism, for leisure, you want to be absolutely on the beach and be able to give the guests the opportunity to be accessible to the water, which is what everybody wants, right?
And from a business travel perspective, you're very close to the convention center.
Very close, walking distance to the convention center within about a 5-minute walk. And in addition, we have very close to downtown Miami. So we get a lot of our customers come in and then also partake in Ubers right into downtown. It's about a 15-minute ride.
Now you've got the convention center all ready, all finished. Right. Now. Obviously, you must be pretty confident and happy about forward bookings back to the group markets again as well.
Absolutely, which is what the market needs in total, not just our hotel, but helps out the entire market of Miami Beach. I think in Miami in general, having a great new convention center within walking distance. Yeah.
And plans for 60 going forward as a company?
Absolutely, we're working hard on development deals. We've got one for sure that we probably will be able to announce very soon, and about 3 more in the pipeline. So we're excited to expand within major markets in the U.S. and hopefully in the near future somewhere else, outside.
And you've got some very passionate owners who love their role as hoteliers as well.
That's right. Jason Pomerantz, our owner and founder, is very well dived into lifestyle, arts, community, of course anything when it comes to food and beverage, nightlife, and design. He's got a beautiful collection himself and incorporates that into our properties.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for having us here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, that's it from us in Hong Kong today. Join us next week as we showcase some of the greatest things this city has to offer.